So how you been, my friend?
Well, I caught this muskie a couple weeks ago, and I'm still recovering from the little incident that I had with a muskie tooth. And doctor said I could have kept the 6 stitches in a few days longer, but we're recovering. It's only day 1 not wearing a Band-Aid or bandage over it.
But the story you will have.
The fish story.
The fish story you will have.
I hear it all the time. Hey, it's the fish of 10,000 casts. And
okay, so tell us. I'm unaware, so fill me in.
Okay, so we went up to the Northwoods, like UP kind of border.
You went way up there.
And I just figured, we're going to go up for a fun weekend. We went to this place called Bent's Camp. They do the Bodines played. Starship played.
Blister in the Sun.
Oh,
Mickey Thomas.
It was a lot of fun, and our friends that we stayed at the Airbnb with, they brought their boat. Okay. So we go out for a boating day, not a fishing boat, a fun boat, go out, do your thing, have fun, relax. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, my fishing poles, the lines are all tangled. I got to restring them all. I'm not going to do that now. So I asked the Airbnb owner, hey, do you have an old fishing pole that I could use? He's got it strung up with a spinnerbait. So day 1, cast a couple times. We're like kind of just cruising through like little channels and all that stuff. And then day 2, we get out and we're going from one of the big lakes through a channel. And I'm like, man, this just looks so money, right? I've got a fish here. And 1 cast, throw it out, and I am like, shoot, I think I'm snagged. It's slow, no wake, so we're kind of in between there, so we're not going very fast. And I'm like, shoot, I think I'm snagged. Stop the boat. So I pull up the rod tip, and I'm like, yeah, I think something's on there, but I still am not convinced, right? So I get it to the side of the boat, and even as I get to like the side of the boat, the fish was pretty deep still, and all I could see was weeds like kind of covering its face. So I get it up to the top of the water, 40-ish inch muskie. Okay, no fight. It was just the strangest thing.
Right.
I wasn't planning on catching anything. Okay, so first and foremost, I will say I know I should have been prepared. If I planned on fishing, I should have had proper equipment. I get all of that. Save it for the next person. I feel bad about it, okay? So we get it to the side of the boat. I have no pliers, no net, nothing except for a fishing pole.
You have no hook. You don't have anything to pull this thing up. No net, nothing?
Nothing. Me, myself, and my hands that I figured, okay, well, I'm going to, I'm first just going to assess, what am I going to do here, okay? So I get the fish to the side of the boat. I'm trying to get it in a position where I can reach down, and I know you shouldn't grab the gills because they have sharp gill plates, but I was trying to grab it right under the mouth where they've got some of that soft tissue.
So you can take a picture and then let it go.
It would have been nice to hold it up and actually have a memory of this fish. And as I reach down to the side of the boat, it head shakes trying to spit the lure and slices my thumb basically to the bone.
Now, you understand there's someone out there that's listening to your fishtail going, yeah, you deserve that.
I get it.
You deserve that.
Totally fair.
Go fish. Go muskie here. Go muskie.
Go muskie. And so panic kind of sets in because now the fish is in the water and I'm bleeding out on the swim deck of this boat.
Okay, so what's your buddy doing at this point?
He is driving the boat still. His wife is taking video. My wife is taking video. And because we're in a channel that's super shallow, Captain is trying to get somebody to the front of the boat to get some of the weight off the back. And
no one, meanwhile, blood is flying everywhere and no one cares.
Blood is flying everywhere.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Look at that fish.
So I'm trying to then assess, okay, how do I get it into the boat so that I can try and get the lure out? How bad am I actually cut?
Am I going to die?
Am I going to bleed out, and is this my last stand?
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to get the rod up, and as I'm pulling the rod back to get the fish to the top of the water again, the tip of the rod snaps. Okay, so I lost the top 8 inches.
Of course it
that.
does, yeah.
And what does my ever-conscious wife say immediately? Eric, I think you're going to have to buy him a new fishing pole.
She doesn't care about your thumb. She doesn't care about the fish. She just wants to be
I haven't snipped at my wife much.
Yeah.
This was one of those times.
Really? Really? Now you're going to say that? Really?
It was almost that exact verbiage, and it was, really? This is what you're worried about right now? I'm bleeding out back here.
Right. I may have a stump on my hand.
So then I'm like, okay, this is a losing battle. I'm losing more and more blood, and I really need to get this covered so I can try and stop.
Did you cut the line?
I bit the line and let the fish go.
It's because you weren't prepared.
It's because I wasn't prepared. I know. Send your hate mail to me. I get it. And but the thing is that it swam off just fine. The pictures that I actually have of the fish.
What would you have done with the fish if you would have been able to bring it into the boat?
What would I have done with it?
Would you have taken out the lure and then
I would have
taken
tried.
a picture?
I would have tried that as well.
Right.
I think as soon as I had control of the bottom of the mouth,
right.
Like if I could have gotten my hand like up under in the meat there, I would have been able to control the situation a little bit better. But because things escalated very quickly,
and then things went horribly wrong.
And then I went to the Eagle River ER.
Yes.
And
friendly people.
The doctor. So of course, like one of the questions that I'm just trying to find. Okay, so I have one picture of the fish, and that is not musky blood. That is Eric blood. Oof. All over the back of the boat. Okay. So we get to the ER, and I'm thinking, okay, this is like gonna just be like we're gonna have to wait forever.
Wow,
we're 30 minutes from.
I know this
Eagle
is radio.
River.
I'm looking at a bloodstained boat and a fish
we'll
fighting
post
for its
one
life.
of these pictures as the cover photo
yes,
for the show this week. So I get to Eagle River ER. It's a ghost town, and I'm thinking we're going to be gone forever. Like ERs are never fast, right? So we get there. It's a ghost town. Within 15 minutes, the doctor is stitching me up.
Right.
30 minutes, we were out the door. From camp to camp, door to door, it was 90 minutes round trip, and I had a beer in my hand.
And a story to tell.
So I asked the doctor then, I'm like, okay, of course this happens all the time, right? Like this isn't the first time somebody's gotten bit by a muskie or a northern or had a problem on a boat. So what do you think the average is for the Eagle River ER in summertime for how many fish hooks, fish accidents, boating accidents, like you cut your shin open or whatever? How many of those do you think they get a day?
Well, my first guess would be he would say, yeah, Mr. Tasker, I see a lot of stuff, but I don't know if I've ever seen one like this before.
Yeah, it was gnarly. I mean, I don't know. It was just kind of weird.
I don't know. I'm assuming, there's always that guy that burns off his eyebrows thinking that throwing some lighter fluid to get a bonfire started is a good idea.
Right.
I don't know. Probably, a dozen people a week?
5 per day.
5 per day.
So whether that's, like what I had, an issue with a fish, getting cut by a fish tooth or whatever, fish hooks through a body part, whether that's a hand or wherever, or he said a lot of people smash their fingers on boats, and it's either that they...
Putting them on a trailer?
That or they're on the boat and like, they trip or they stumble or whatever and they gash their shin or whatever it is. He said 5 a day. We do these all the time.
I totally forgot about this, but sometimes when people say things flash back.
Yeah.
14 years old, fishing on the Mississippi River. My dad, my uncle, and myself were all casting for, I think it was Northern at the time.
Okay.
So I go back, going to haul a mighty cast, and I hear a, what the And I turned around and looked, and my lure had hooked my father's ear. Yes.
My brother did that to my grandma. Got her right in the cheek.
Woo!
So did you guys just pull the hook out then? Was it?
Yeah,
okay.
we were able to pull it out.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it became like mistaken for an earring for most of the day.
Right.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Anything
Well,
like
I don't
that.
know. It's kind of a badge of honor at that point. I mean, if it's hooked appropriately right at the bottom of the lobe, you might want to leave it in there.
So it's so funny you bring this up. I saw a story this week. I'm trying to remember the website I saw it on. Maybe you did. About a guy, I think it was in down south, but he was fishing with his daughter's, like, Snoopy pole.
Okay.
And he caught a near world record catfish on it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
4-pound test line, probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this guy was able to bring it in, and he's holding, and you see, and, you know, catfish, some of these things can be massive.
Yeah.
And it's laying on the dock, and he's got the Snoopy pole right there next. I call it a Snoopy pole. It might have been something else.
Right.
But when I was a kid, we called them, because they were Peanuts poles,
right.
you know?
Yeah.
That type of thing. And he caught it on this little bitty pole, which I thought was interesting.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
And you hear that story occasionally, and it's like, you know, I feel like anglers are always very conscious of, okay, am I doing an 8-pound test line, or like, what am I fishing for? And then all of a sudden, I mean, I don't know how much this fish weighed, but my guy, our Airbnb host, said that it was like an 8-pound test line.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, it happens, right? I mean, if they're not fighting super hard, as this one wasn't, there's not a lot of...
Was it hot?
It was hot.
Yeah.
It was warm.
What time of the day was it?
Well, I got to the ER about 4:45, so it was probably 2:30, 3 o'clock maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, peak kind of afternoon temperatures, you know. Yeah, it's just it's so funny, and I see it. I probably because my phone is listening now, and I just keep saying, you know, 10,000 casts. I've seen a handful of different, whether it's the DNR posting something about muskies on X or Twitter or, you know, wherever it is, but I keep seeing that verbiage now. The fish of 10,000 casts, and I'm like, who would have thought, right? I would have been happy to catch anything that day. I wasn't expecting to catch anything. And on my first cast in a channel, it happens.
Well, and the thing is, too, I think if you fish enough, you've had this happen where you think it's a snag.
Right.
And suddenly it pulls back a little bit. And then before long, you see this big splash as the tail comes up.
Right.
You're like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I've got a fish on here. I think I've shared this on the story, on the show before. I was about, 10, 11, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I had caught a little pumpkin seed. And I had it on the hook. My dad was moving from one spot to the other. And so being a kid, sorry, Peter, what I did was I just left it on the hook and just danced on the water, right? As we moved in the boat. And my dad is like, hey, you can't do that. Knock that off. And I'm like, no more did he say that. Then out of nowhere, a northern comes up, boom, grabs that, pole goes over the side. And all I get is I look at my dad. My dad goes, what did I tell you?
Of course.
And
of course.
Thinking, now when I look back at it, I think to myself, he wouldn't say it, but he had to be thinking, wow, never saw that coming.
Right.
That was freaking cool.
Yeah.
Never in a million years did I think a northern would come up and jump on a little pumpkin seed. But it
How
did.
Great, though, right? It's just...
But that's the best stuff. You have fish stories like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because, like, then all weekend we're like, oh, we've got a fish story now. We've got a fish story. And I don't know. I mean, I do feel bad about kind of how the whole thing went down. And obviously I should have been more prepared, but that's when it happens.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
when you
have
least expect it.
Had I had a net, had I had a pliers, had I had my tackle box, had I had all of the other things, I wouldn't have caught the fish. Let's just face it. That's the way that it would have worked.
There is where my wife's family lives in Florida. There is a big pond that's behind the church.
Okay.
And so my nephew Jack loves to fish. Loves to fish. So one day after church, Paul was in the car. So Jack's, 12, 13, 14 years old. And, the parishioners are coming out after the service and everything else. Where's Jack? Well, Jack is overcasting into that pond. All of a sudden, Jack lands this massive bass.
Of course, because nobody fishes that pond.
Nobody fishes in the pond. And so here we are in your Sunday best. Right. And meanwhile, Jack's got a largemouth bass on the line.
How great.
His dad, my brother-in-law, is like, Jack, what are you doing? Dad, And so he's got to go over there.
The need.
He's got to go over there, in his Sunday best, take the fish off, then let it go back in the pond.
Oh, that is hilarious. Real quick, I'll tell you this. So at the Packers and Badgers outing that we had a few weeks ago, we were at the Grand Geneva, and we were coming up the last hole. I think we were just driving back to the clubhouse, and there's a river that goes through the course, for those of you that are familiar with it. And
this was on the Brute.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the course.
And so we're on our way back, and we're almost back to the clubhouse, and we see the river. We see a guy driving ahead of us. He stops right on top of the bridge, and he's sitting there for a while as we're approaching. Well, he pulls out a fishing pole. By the time we got there, he was casting into the river, the stream. I'm like, this guy's got a fishing pole. He's like, why wouldn't I have a fishing pole? And just continues to fish.
Well, and you think that he had a net in his golf cart as well, simply for, if he landed a fish. No, that was a scoop for loose golf balls.
Right.
Fish is not biting. I'm swooping to see if I can find some balls.
Oh, man. It's it's funny. And you always hear about that because that's where, that's people's dream is to be able to fish these ponds on golf courses because, there's fish in there. They stock them, and you never think about it. So that's why people are now saying, buy one of those cheap telescopic poles that you can travel with.
The Ronco Pocket Fisherman.
Throw it in your golf bag.
Remember that thing? I never thought about that. Who needs an umbrella? Just throw a fishbowl in instead. Yeah. All right, we need a break. Segment number 1 in the books. We hope to hook up with Wags. And again, it's been spotty this summer. We understand because, as Wags talked about last week, he's on the road a lot with the Dock Hounds. Yeah. We'll hopefully catch up with him. If not, we've got a few more fish tales to get to. Love to hear from you, too. If you miss any of our shows, you can download the podcast on our website at 973thegame.com. With Eric Tasker, I'm Tim Scott. You're listening to Tailgate Talk here on The Game.
My mom is a big listener to a couple of our stations, and every time the iHeart Podcast Awards come out, she's like, are you guys going to win something this year? I'm like, I know that's not a serious question.
No, it's not going to happen.
Us knuckleheads just chopping it up on a Saturday morning.
In the outdoor category, there we go. Right. The nominees are, I was going to mention last week when you were off, I went to the Bunzel's website.
Okay.
And I checked out the monthly sweet meat deal, as we call it.
Yeah, because it's a new month.
Every month I'm like, well, how do you top that?
Right.
And they topped it again for the month of August.
Let's pull her up
here. It is outstanding. You don't have that right at your fingertips?
Yeah, okay. So 2 butter garlic chicken breast fillets, 2 homemade Italian sausages.
There you go.
A whole or cut up chicken,
Boom.
pound of ground chuck.
Boom.
2 chicken patties.
Boom.
And then you can buy a maximum of 2 of those whenever you go in.
You throw in a little mac and cheese on the side, maybe some coleslaw, and you're all set.
Yeah, go to the deli counter, grab yourself some good stuff. And
it was funny, too. I'm talking about tailgating. I'm thinking, okay, so we're getting into the back end. And I thought, no, wait a minute. We're in Wisconsin. We don't tailgate only a certain time of the year. We tailgate all year long.
365.
Yeah. There's no reason never to tailgate.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Exactly.
I mean, people are out there without shirts on at Packers games. I mean, we're tailgating in winter, baby.
So I came home last night, and my wife said to me, hey, we're going to do hot dogs and mac and cheese.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. So I have to fire up the grill.
for pre-cooked hot dogs.
4 pre-cooked hot dogs, yes. Now, they weren't Bunzel's hot dogs.
Man.
I would have felt differently because you can't boil those and throw them on a bone, right? So I looked at these things, and I said, so you want me to go start the grill, the flat top, just to cook 4 hot dogs?
Yes.
She said, yes. She goes, you know how much I love the taste of grilled hot dogs?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, dear. And I went out and fired up the flat top for 4 hot dogs.
It's so funny because we just had hot dogs like maybe 2 weeks ago,
right?
And the same exact thing happened.
Same thing.
It's just
came
like
up.
You're not going to just do it. Like we could just microwave them, or you put them on a skillet.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'll just fire up the grill. Why not?
Yeah. Well,
why not?
It'd been a long day,
right?
And I'm like, and I'm a huge mac and cheese guy.
Sure,
love me some mac and cheese. And so I was excited about that.
Yeah.
And then she said, well, I pulled out 4 hot dogs and throw them on the grill. So then I jumped to, well, if we're only cooking 4, why don't we cook like 8, and then we'll have 4 that we can warm up later, and they'll still have the grill taste.
Right.
Now, 4 is good.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, 4 is good. So that's what I did. I cooked up 4 hot dogs. And then when I looked across the yard to my left, my neighbor is doing the same thing.
Hot dogs.
There was no way. No, he was grilling in his flat top. There is no way that I'm going to admit to my neighbor, who's a good guy, that I'm out here rolling 4 hot dogs. Because that dude he's grill guy. He's got the flat top, and then he's got 2 smokers.
Right.
He's got everything, right? He's out there, just got home. I can tell it's steak, something he's got flipping on the grill. Here I am rolling 4 hot dogs.
Well, you got to do what you got to do to make Mama happy.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yes. Yeah, you bring that up, and it's almost that time that we start to get into some of the really good comfort food. Like I'm known for this, like I don't know, I call it like the trailer park mac and cheese, where I always do venison ring bologna,
right?
Cook that, cut it up into slices, and then I always do the like the pack of the mac and cheese.
Okay.
And just mix it all together. Dash a little hot sauce on there. Oh,
do you put breadcrumbs or panko or something like that on the top?
No, not usually. Like if I do the Bob Evans, like the pack that you just toss in the microwave.
Though.
Oh yeah, it's cheating. But it's all about convenience. It's all about convenience.
Quick Trip mac and cheese is good. Yeah. Here's the crazy thing about Bob Evans. So when my wife and I were on one of the RV runs this summer, you get further south, you see the Bob Evans restaurants, right?
Right.
I said to her, I go, have you ever been in a Bob Evans restaurant? She said, no. And I said, I haven't either. But we buy Bob Evans stuff.
Right. Because it's convenient
right.
at the grocery store.
But I've never been in a Bob Evans restaurant.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I don't go to Chick-fil-A all the time, but I guess I've actually been there, so that's different. I was going to say like the sauces and all of that stuff that you can get from, the different stores.
I suppose like in my
store.
fridge, I was at I can't remember what store it was. It might have been a Walmart. They had a whole aisle of barbecue sauces.
Yes.
It's exploded how much sauces
insane.
are out there, right? So I'm a big fan of Guy Fieri.
Okay.
So I went out and got some mop sauce, and I got some honey mustard sauce
nice.
from Guy. Have I been in one of his restaurants? Nope. But I've watched diners, dive-ins, and drives religiously.
4,000 episodes of it, probably, because it just is always on.
I love that show.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
But I have some mop sauce in my fridge, and I have some honey mustard in my fridge, which I think are outstanding.
Yeah, I've been kind of on a honey mustard kick lately.
You know what's really good? I don't know if it's honey mustard per se, but it's kind of a honey mustard base. Have you had any of Gorman Thomas's sauce?
I've had the mustard.
Remember we were trying to get him on the show?
Right, yeah.
I mean, I fell in love with it at AmFam, and then I had to buy a bottle of it. We're trying to get Gorman on the show to tout his mustard. Remember that?
Yeah, Wags was trying to work that, and then,
kind of blew us off.
I don't know. He had to start traveling.
It was a crazy week. We had apparently Hulk Hogan sightings.
I know. I was so mad. I was going to go to the Walmart.
He was touting his own beer.
Yeah, real American beer.
Real American beer? Real American
I was so
beer.
mad because that was the day that I got my stitches out, and I was actually in Watertown for that, and it was like an 11:30 appointment, so there's no way I'm going to get to Pewaukee. Well, then, did you see he was at our friend Bob Bilda's place?
Yeah,
in Freeze Lake?
Which we were supposed to go out and see. We haven't done this summer, so we apologize.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So we've got to do that. And then I think he was at a Woodman's maybe. So he was at a couple different spots. So what I want to know is the beer good? Is it just like, Is it like another one of those just light beer that doesn't have much to it? And, the beer aficionados that love their Miller Lite or Coors Light or Busch Light or whatever it might be, they're like, yeah, it's a great beer. But they're not buying it because it's like a delicacy. It's not like an IPA or it's not like a summer shandy or is it a good light beer? That's what I need to know.
That's a great question. For example, to go down that road just a bit, when we were at the house last week for training camp, and one of my runs with the RV, I went to Ohio and I brought back a delicacy known as Yingling. Right?
Yes.
And so I brought some Yingling up to the house.
Yeah.
Guys looked at me like I was crazy drinking Yingling.
Oh, it's just so good.
And
really ice cold Yingling.
And at Nooner Day, we had a guy bring some Yingling Light.
Okay.
I'm a lager guy.
Yeah, I want the
full
full
Yingling
diesel.
Lager is chef's kiss, top shelf, outstanding. Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, our Airbnb host actually had some in his fridge, and I I snagged one from.
Have you had any of the name escapes me right now? It's the Potosi Brewing. Did the collaboration with the UW for their NIL?
Yeah, wasn't it like the alumni ale or something like that?
Have you had that?
I have not.
I
no.
have. It's not bad. It's not. I
so
would
my
recommend
brother-
it. Yeah, I would recommend it. It's
My
good.
brother's down that way, and I know they have a Snakebite IPA that I've had a number of times. It's pretty good. It's a cool little town.
So if we'll go this route because it's early in the morning. If you are stranded on a desert island, Eric Tasker,
Yeah.
and you could take one case with you, what brand would it be?
Because it's got to be beer, so it can't be like a hard beverage.
No, it's got to be beer.
I think So if I could get actually a 24-pack of it, I've always been a fan of the Kona Brewing Company.
Oh yes,
Fire Rock
yes.
Pale Ale.
Yes, that is good. I've had that
So
before.
good.
That is very good.
Whatever you do, don't expect to go to Hawaii and go to
Right.
Kona and actually buy them. We went there for our honeymoon, and I think I bought 2 6-packs and like 2 bags of chips, and it was like $60.
Hey, tourist.
Absurd. Yeah. So, what about you? What's your beer?
For me, I don't. There was. I don't know if they're even in business anymore. There used to be a brewery in Madison called Ale Asylum.
I think they are.
And they had a beer called Hopalicious.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite beer of all time. If anybody knows where I can find some Hopalicious,
Yeah.
they should hit us up on the Nicolay Law Talk and Text line at 414-799-1973. I would love to know because I haven't had any in a long time. So let's take it a step further. So you have one case of brats you can take with you. What type of brat are you taking with you?
Yeah, man, I'm taking some Bunzel's honey mustard and cheddar because now that I'm a big fan of them.
Me, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I would have something with teriyaki, something different. You ever had a Reuben brat?
I have.
Yeah, those are good too.
Yeah.
But the one you just said, the honey mustard cheddar. Mwah.
The problem is if you're stranded out there, the beer's going to last day one. Mm-hmm. Maybe you can stretch the brats out. You bring a 6-pack. Maybe you do one a day and try and be wise about it. But that's not going to happen.
All
either.
right, so we're gonna call it the Bunzel's Desert Island Bundle, right?
Yes.
All right, so you can either take one of these: a ribeye, a New York strip.
Okay.
My mind just went blank. Prime rib.
Okay.
Prime rib, or a fillet.
I'm going to go one of the first two. I'd probably say a ribeye because they're typically a bigger piece of steak because you're thinking at that point, if I'm going to be stranded, I'd like to have as much nourishment as possible.
Right.
Fillets are nice, but they're like a third of the meat. So I'm just thinking in terms of consumption-wise, I would probably do, and I do love a ribeye.
Prime rib all day.
Yeah?
Prime rib.
But then you probably have like a 6-pound prime rib that you're bringing with you.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, that's what I'm bringing.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just
so
going to
that-
bring some cattle with
that'd be
me.
fair.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. All right. Final question for you, Eric Tasker, on our Desert Island list. Okay, I mentioned some of the sauces.
Okay.
Okay. Brand, sauce, which one you taking? Go.
Yeah, that is a good question. For whatever reason, I've just been a huge fan. I said I've been on this honey mustard kick.
Right.
It's probably like not even a great honey mustard, but I like that it's got a little bit of a sweet profile. It's got a little bit of a bite to it. Culver's honey mustard. I don't know what they do to it. I don't know where they
Lots
source
of
it from.
sugar.
Probably.
Lots of
yeah,
sugar,
so
yeah.
that's what I would take. I like that. But if it's like a steak sauce, yeah, I'd be good with just any kind of steak sauce. I'm not super particular. I don't have one that I'm extremely fond of. But I'd say that or the McDonald's Ranch,
There
which
you
is
go.
different than all of the other ones as well.
I'm going to go lame on the
Okay.
lame-o-meter, but I'm a huge fan of Sweet Baby Ray's.
Okay.
Smoked, I don't know if it's smoked, but it's hickory barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm a big fan of the rodeo burger.
Sure.
I don't put ketchup in my hamburger.
Okay.
I love a piece of cheese,
Yep.
some bacon. Then on the bottom of the bun,
Yeah.
I put Sweet Baby Ray's hickory barbecue sauce.
Interesting.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's my jam. Couple of pickles
You know
on
what?
top, and I'm good for the rest of the night.
You know what I think we should talk to Bunzel's about? They should make their own sauce.
They should.
Why wouldn't they?
Why
They've got
wouldn't they?
300 other sauces.
They should, yes. Yes.
I'm sure our guy, Noah, chef there, he could probably whip something up. Yeah.
It's not like he's busy. He's got stuff going on.
He's got nothing else to do.
So the website for Bunzel's, well, that's a long infomercial for Bunzel's. What the website for Bunzel's is really simple. It's just Bunzel's with a Z.com, right?
BUNZELS.com.
Buck Rub Archery, another great sponsor of ours. And we mentioned it last week. It's now we're a week later. You're just one more week closer to the season. You got to get yourself ready to go.
Yeah, and we're not quite inside of 30 days yet, but, September 14th is going to be here before you know it, and now is the time to get in there. Their outdoor course is open. This is the first week of their summer league, so they've kind of been delayed 3 weeks on that, so it's just going to go 3 weeks into the season this year. But a great opportunity to get out and start kind of tuning things up and getting ready and, shooting at 3D targets. There's nothing better that you can do than to just actually be shooting at 3D targets and different distances and all of that, kind of challenge yourself a little bit. And, after I got my stitches out, the first thing that I told myself was I need to see what it feels like with the stitches out, because every time that I'd have a little bit of tension in there, I was thinking that maybe it was the stitches that were pulling on it or if it was actually the wound that I had. I don't think I can grab an arrow out of a target right now still. So I'm a little discouraged by that. But the nice thing with the Summer League is, if you're listening here on Saturday morning, you can start next week and just shoot a double round 1 week. So they're very, very lax about that. Go any day of the week that it works for you and your buddies. Get a group together and make a weekly date out of it, and get out there and start sending some arrows.
All right, and of course, Wags was on with us last week. I don't think Paul's going to make the show today. South Dakota, they have no cell service out in South Dakota.
I don't know. It's
they just got blacktop on the roads out there not that long ago.
Right.
So come on now. Used to be gravel for miles and miles. Right. I kid, of course, but the Lake County Country.
I love that we go into this every week.
It's because I thought about it, right? It's like if I go up to a golf ball and I don't think, I'll hit a fairly decent shot.
Right.
But the moment my brain starts kicking in, then everything goes haywire. Kind of like what I'm talking about.
I got to hit 75%.
That's like what I'm talking about, the Lake Country dot counts.
Yeah.
And Wags was just glowing because they're right on the precipice of the playoffs, right there on the edge.
They are.
And they've got, my wife was telling me about this. They have, is it Margaritaville weekend coming up?
Yes. So they have a limited edition jersey this weekend.
Right.
August 9th, 10th, and 11th, which is going on right now. And when is so they have a special jersey for that, and it's there's a oh my God, I almost called it a pecan, but it's a toucan.
Toucan.
Like very different.
Like toucan Sam.
And then a margarita on the backside. So that's fun. And then celebrate the last weekend of summer. They also have this cool event for Louis' 3rd birthday bash, the last weekend of August. They're going to have a full-on drone show and a firework display. And then they take on the crosstown rival of the Milwaukee Milkmen. And that's tickets are on sale for that as well. That's the last weekend of August.
And again, the website is dockhounds.com, right?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, lots to kind of pack in here before the end of summer, and it's like, I don't know.
Summer's not over yet.
I know.
We got Packer preseason football today. Doug will start our coverage at 11, 3:25 kickoff against the Browns. And we're paying attention today. You know why? Because the starters are going to play in the game today.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. Get the Brewers this weekend doing their thing. All kinds. And the Olympics are wrapping up as well.
Yeah.
So
have you watched any of the Olympics?
A lot.
Are you
every night?
A lot. Yeah. A lot. It's
my wife knows everybody.
It's been kind of fun.
I'll come home
watch,
and she'll go, "Did you see so and so?" Like, who was the dude the other night in the 400-meter final where he was like in 4th place over the last 50 meters, and it was literally like. Remember that storybook? Was it the train that went up the hill and said, "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can." That's the way this was with this dude.
I know.
And he won it. And his arms are flying. Eyes are popping out. Everything was great. So, you know what? We got to take a quick break. We'll be back after this. Stay with us. It's Tailgate Talk here on the Game.